recording. We are going live in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. We're live. Good morning, Owasso. This is Chad with Owasso Live, and this is the Morning Loop. My brother Corey should be back tomorrow, so next week we should be back to our normal routine. So let's get this started. First things first, traffic is non-existent right now on 169, so if you need to go to Tulsa, you're good. Friday is just turned into a non-work day, I guess, or kids aren't going to school, something, because it is just non-existent right now. Perfect flow of traffic on 169. Now, getting to our weather, let's pull this up, and I'll pull up the whole weather. There we go. So as you can see, Friday we have a high of 65, low of 50 today, and it's going to be cloudy all day today, so light jacket weather, but it's looking, I'm out there just in this long sleeve t-shirt, and I'm fine. So moving on, we've got Saturday, high of 68, low of 44, and then Sunday, 62 to 47. So this weekend's going to be about what it is right now, cloudy, mid to low 60s and high 40s, basically. So it's looking good this weekend, or at least decent. Moving on to what's our local events and stuff going on today. I'm pulling up our Owasso Chamber page first, real quick. Events, please pull up the event calendar. And as we can see, all we have today is Dignitary and Donuts, and that is from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. today, and that is at Owasso City Hall. And that is 200 South Main Street, for those of you who don't know where the town hall or city hall is. And again, 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. today. So go check that out if you want to meet some of our local officials and chat with them about stuff. Then Owassoisms. Pretty sure all we have is that hot dog event, unless there's something else that came up that I'm not aware of. But that's why we check. That's why we check and double check these things. Event calendar. Yep, March 16th. Atwood's Hot Dog. Atwood's Hot Dog Saturday. $1 to get in, or $1 cost. And that's for Owasso Community Resources. That all the donations will go to that. So again, that is this Saturday at 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. at Atwood's. Check that out, and that's pretty much it. We'll check out our sports schedule real quick on the Owasso page. Schedule. Here we go. See here. Today we are on the 15th, so the only thing that's happening today is our baseball, varsity baseball, versus Trinity Prep, and that's an away game. But the Saturday, JV Red and the varsity will be away again, but our JV Red is at Sperry, a Sperry tournament, and which that's not too far away, so everyone can easily get to Sperry. But the other one is at Deerfield Academy, and that's our varsity, and they're away. That's another away game, which I don't know exactly where that is. I'd have to look that up. All right. Then that's the 18th, but I'm pretty sure that's Monday, so we'll hold off on the rest of this until next week. So anybody else that wants to check out the Rejoice? So I haven't pulled that one up today. So if anyone wants to check Rejoice, check it on your own time at the Rejoice website. Now, kind of getting to our local team, Oklahoma City Thunder took on the Dallas Mavericks last night, and they did a really great job. So it was 126 OKC Thunder, and the Dallas Mavericks were 119. So we're looking good. We're still number one in our division. But the Nuggets are right on our tails. We have the exact same kind of record right now, but they're on a 4-win streak, whereas this is our first win streak after that loss with the Pacers the other night. So they're on a hot streak right now, and Timberwolves are right behind them with just only one loss difference between that. So not exactly the most commanding lead, but if we can keep it up, so the Thunder are looking good this year. So I hope that they keep that up. The only other kind of local thing that happened, and it keeps just getting brought up because it's just being used as a political tool at this point, but Joe Biden made comments about the Nex Benedict event, and he's sounds like from his statement now that the statement's pretty vague, and it's obviously probably wasn't even written by him if you had to ask my personal opinion on it. But the way that it's wrote, it makes it sound like that he is under the interpretation that she was still like got beaten up, that she died from her wounds that she received in the bathroom, which we all know now from the police report, now that the police record is finally sealed, or the investigation is closed, that it sounds like the way he was forming the statement, that it seems like she was beaten to death still, which we all know was not the case. We know that it was an overdose after the fact. So I can't believe that this is still in the news, man. It's all its way up to the presidential office at this point, and it's ridiculous. And the only reason it did is because the LGBTQ community has thrown such a hissy fit about this. I don't see them. Other kids get bullied everywhere. The only reason that this one is getting blown out of proportion like this is because they're trying to view it as a hate crime, which now we know it wasn't even a hate crime, because unfortunately, which we've seen from the police interview, that she started the fight. Now, you can argue the fact that the kids are making fun of her or whatnot, but it's funny that the people who are, especially most LGBTQ people, are left-wing. Not all of them are. I know a few that are conservative. But the people that are always like, we need to get out there and protest, us using our voices and getting in people's faces and essentially bullying politicians and whatnot, is okay. So free speech is okay to that point, but kids being kids or bullying, laughing, whatever, so to the point of, using their voice anyway, because that's what it was. Like I said, they're allowed to have free speech. That's what the police officer told her. She goes, they are allowed to have free speech. They can say things to you, but they can't do things to you. They can't actively come up and assault you. She started the assault by throwing water on them, and then they retaliated. And from how the things, I'm still seeing stuff being posted that she was beaten to death in the bathroom, which is ridiculous at this point. At this point, you are quite literally just choosing not to look up the information. You've heard something from a while back, and you're just going, that's what it is, instead of looking up. That's why anytime something like this happens, any type of event, a big narrative event like this happens, do not just assume what you see in the headlines is the first thing you see, because wait 2 or 3 days. I would say wait a week, because the full story is going to come out then. Because all you're getting right now are the cut cell phone footage stuff at this point. He said, she said. And none of that's true, because if you come in at the story halfway, you're not getting the full picture. And that's literally what our president has just done at this point right now, is it seems that he's still under the impression, like a lot of these other people in these activist groups and organizations, saying that it was she was beaten and bullied in a bathroom, which is not true. That's not Owasso. So this isn't some inner city school where you have to worry about getting jumped on a regular basis. That is not the case. But getting off of that, because I'm just done with that. This just needs to be done and forgotten at this point, because there's so much lies and misinformation being spread about this. It's all made it all the way up to the White House at this point. It's made its way all the way there. It's ridiculous. Now to get to the more fun topic that I've been wanting to talk about all week, and it's not exactly fun because it's looking like it's probably going to affect us at some point, is I can't pronounce his name. His name is extremely difficult, but it's Jimmy Cesar. He's the Haitian gang leader called Barbecue, and he's one of the main gang leaders there, and basically the whole country of Haiti is in the civil war at this point. The prime minister is like non-existent right now. He's gone, and the whole place is basically run by gangs. Like, if you're seeing the news, like I can't believe how how misrepresentative some of the news organizations are being, like MSNBC and NBC. They're like, "Oh, it's fine. Haiti's fine." Whereas the correspondent, you can literally go watch the correspondent, our American news correspondent from Haiti, being like, "No, roads are closed down and are closed down by gangs. People are being shot, killed. Fires are rampant." And then this gang is literally a cannibal gang. Like one of the gangs calls themselves the Cannibals. And they're eating people. I mean, that's literally it. Like I said, they're literally roasting their enemies and then eating them, or at least taking bites, making it look like they're being cannibals, which is a fear tactic. I agree. There's a lot of people saying it's just a fear tactic, but it's an effective fear tactic. And two, you can't say that it's not true if they actually did it. Even if they just pretending or taking a bite out of it, it's still happening. So I don't know why the news media is just defending this, but this is what happens every single time a crisis like this happens. They're like, quick, just and that's what they're talking about. Biden's talking about bringing in Haitian immigrants or refugees. They're talking about bringing them through Gitmo and then bringing them into the States, which there's no way to vet these people at this point. So you don't know if we've got gang members coming in. And with all the stuff happening at the southern border right now, and I'm just talking about the actual Mexican southern border, not just this. Like I said, we're going to have a way bigger influx of refugees and migrants now. We can't keep taking on all the world's problems. And two, even if they say we are getting only all the good people have to at some point have to stand their ground and fight back. If everyone just retreats, you're just going to leave the world in the hands of evil. You have to stand your ground and fight back. And if we just keep taking in all these people that are fleeing these countries, who's going to fight back? Are we the only people that are going to fight back? Because it's very strange. It's like that everyone doesn't want us to be the world's police, but at the same time, we have to take in all these people as refugees, migrants, whatever. So either you're saying that Trump was right along and Haiti and all these other places are crap holes, or they're not, and why are we taking these people in? Because if there's nothing wrong there, why are we taking people in? Why are we even remotely humoring the idea of taking in refugees or migrants if Haiti is so great? I mean, their next door neighbors, the Dominican Republic, are literally sending them back. If any Haitians that are caught on their side of the border, they are arresting and sending back to Haiti. Why does it seem that we're the only nation in the world that has to take people in, no questions asked? It doesn't make any sense. It does not make a lick of sense at this point, especially coming to the point where the whole place is run by gangs. You don't think we're not going to get some of these gang members coming to the United States? I mean, it's insane. The whole place, their whole country is basically in a civil war right now. The prime minister is not in charge. The whole place is gang territories at this point. And this barbecue guy seems to be the main guy, and he used to be. That's the funny part. For everyone's like, corruption has said, our American police force is so corrupt. This guy used to be a cop. This barbecue guy was a cop, and he was fired for killing people, for being accused of killing like 9 people. And other countries are not like the United States. Sure, we have few sporadic incidents, but if there's any type of video coverage of it, those cops are fired and everything's kind of resolved. And, there are certain individual cases that don't get resolved that, where there are corrupt police officers. I'm not saying that America does not have corrupt police officers, but we're talking about foreign nation countries where it's police shakedowns. Like they will literally pull you over, shake you down, take your stuff, possibly even kill you, like in some of these cases in this Haiti place. And that's it. No one's ever going to hear from you again. And you can't call the police. The police just robbed you. At least here, if you get shut down by the police, you can go to another county or another state and tell them what happened. Hey, this police force literally shook me down. There's no such thing there. It's like, oh, well, we're not gonna mess with that police force because those people pay our bills or whatever. Whereas here, if you get a shakedown by a corrupt police officer in a city or something, can go to back to your home or a rural or a, a more rural area and try to get something done on that front. At least get a lawyer, take him to court, at least try. There's no hope of that. But that's really it. But he's talking about taking in all these Haitian migrants. He's talking about processing them through Gitmo or Guantanamo Bay, which is, as anyone knows, that's where we used to. I don't think we still do at some point, but house terrorists, criminals of war, stuff like that. So, it is a military installation. So I'm not saying that they're going to be housed in the jail or anything, but why are we even humoring this? Like I said, with Dominican Republic being right next door, Mexico's in that general area. There's so many other places they can go. Jamaica's nearby. There's so many other places that they can go. And we're already talking about bringing them in to the United States. So it's just at this point, I'm just about done with the whole immigration thing at this point. We just need to stop with how much groceries and stuff is going up our economy. Bringing in more people is only going to make everything more scarce and only going to send prices up. So if you're already struggling to pay rent, buy groceries, pay for gas, this is only going to make it worse. Importing more people to take up jobs that are going to take away from your paychecks, or by consuming more of our grocery goods and other products is only going to cause inflation to rise even more. So jobs are going to go down and prices are going to go up on everything. And there's no answer to that. I've yet to hear any answer of, oh, this is the right thing to do. We just need to bring in these people. Well, at some point, you're hurting the people who have lived here and put their time and taxes and blood, sweat, and tears into this country for a country that's falling apart. Not now. Granted, Haiti is not half a globe away, but in another country, that's not our concern. So all I know is that we did send Marines to go to the embassy there in Haiti, and they're pulling people out. So I mean, if it's bad enough to where we're having to pull our embassy members out, it's bad. I don't care what any news media is telling you. It's bad if the Marines have to go in and evacuate an embassy. It's bad. So that's really all I've got for today for Owasso Live. I always highly recommend and encourage everyone to go look some of this stuff for themselves, but don't trust everything you read in the media. Go look for other sources. Go watch other news from other countries and stuff like that. Independent sources online, because the media, our current mainstream media right now, seems to just be nonstop lying, half truths, whatever. We're not getting the full picture anymore at this point. They're feeding a narrative. And at this point, I think the narrative is to get an election taken care of for a particular person, a particular party. So that's pretty much all I've got for today. Said this was Chad with Owasso Live. I hope everybody has a wonderful day and a great weekend. God bless you, everyone. This is Chad with Owasso Live. Be sure to like, share, and subscribe. See you later.